Let me ask you something. What is a movie starring Hayden Christensen? But wait, you can't say Star Wars. Hard to think of an answer, huh? If you're like me, a kid who grew up in the early 2000s, you probably watched Star Wars. More specifically, the Star Wars prequel films, which starred Canadian actor Hayden Christensen. Well, he was in at least 2 out of the 3. But since then, I can at least speak for myself in saying that I have not seen Christensen in any more big blockbuster movies. I mean, especially nothing on the same scale as a franchise like Star Wars. He all but disappeared. We will now be taking a deep dive into the life and career of the actor who so famously portrayed Anakin Skywalker. Today's video will answer the question, what happened to Hayden Christensen? Hayden Christensen was born on April 19, 1981 in Vancouver, British Columbia. His mother, Allie, was an American speechwriter, and his father, David, was a Canadian computer programmer and communications executive. He has 3 siblings, 1 brother, and 2 sisters. As a youth, Christensen was very much an athlete, playing sports like hockey and tennis. He would spend his summers in Long Island with his grandmother, where he attended the Actors Studio in New York City. He also took drama in high school in Markham, Ontario, Canada. While accompanying his older sister, also an actor, to her agent's office, Christensen began auditioning and was eventually cast in TV commercials, much like his sister, one of them being for Triaminic cough syrup in 1988.
Triaminic. It's what so many pediatricians give their own children, shouldn't you?
I think it's a little bit of fun when you sneeze.
From 1993 to 2005, Christensen started landing roles in television shows and even theater productions, including Broadway. Some roles of note were his portrayal of Sam Monroe in the film Life as a House in 2001.
See if you want to hang out with her and her mom, watch a movie. You got any more weed?
His performance would earn him Golden Globe and SAG Award nominations, as well as the National Board of Review's award for Breakthrough Performance of the Year. Unfortunately, the film did not reach the masses, so his performance, though honorable, did not receive much public attention. The year after, however, Christensen made his London theater debut alongside Jake Gyllenhaal in a production called This Is Our Youth. In 2003, Christensen received much praise for his portrayal of real-life journalist Stephen Glass in the film Shattered Glass.
Yeah, I know. I know, they almost didn't let us in. Okay, but it was a couple of minutes before 3, and Ian looked like he was about ready to cry, and so they said okay.
But wait, let's back up for a minute. Following the release of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace in 1999, fans were all asking the same question. Who will portray the older Anakin? Well, it came to pass on May 12th of the year 2000, Christensen announced that he would be portraying the older version of Anakin Skywalker for the next 2 prequel films. After reviewing 1,500 candidates for the role of Anakin, one including Leonardo DiCaprio, George Lucas, the brain behind Star Wars, deemed Hayden Christensen the chosen one. His performance in Episode 3 would earn him an MTV Movie Award for Best Villain. Also, fun fact for all you Star Wars fans out there, during the filming of Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, Christensen specifically requested that a special Vader suit be constructed to fit his body so that he wouldn't have to have a double. Lucas was down with the idea, so the man you see rise off the table in Episode 3 is actually Hayden Christensen behind the mask. Pretty cool, huh? In the DVD release edition of Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, in 2004, Christensen was digitally added to replace Sebastian Shaw as the Force ghost of Anakin Skywalker. But apparently this was all done without the knowledge of Christensen. Instead of bringing Christensen to a set to shoot the scene, they used stock footage and the rest was all digital. I mean, kinda weird, but I guess it got the job done. So here we are. The Star Wars prequel films have been released, receiving much mixed reviews from fans, which brings us to the year 2006. This is probably where a lot of you left off with the acting career of Hayden Christensen. Oddly enough, Christensen starred alongside some now big actors in the films to follow, including Jessica Alba in Awake, Guy Pearce in Factory Girl.
Am I stupid or... I don't get it. Am I stupid?
You're being a little stupid,
And once again, his Attack of the Clones castmate, Samuel L. Jackson in the movie Jumper, where he portrays a man who discovers he has the ability to teleport.
Oh, I know who you are.
He also appeared in a crime drama called Takers alongside Idris Elba and the late Paul Walker, which was released in the US in August of 2010.
She's gonna pay, man. This is how it's done. Let me show you.
Slow down, Ivory.
Jumping ahead to 2014, Christensen starred in an American-Chinese-Canadian film called Outcast, alongside the family man Nicolas Cage.
Use your back, alright? Not your shoulders.
In 2018, he made an appearance in the Canadian-American romantic comedy called Little Italy with Emma Roberts.
Let's face it, you can't pay me enough, and this way, I get free rent. It's a win-win.
This brings us to the year 2019, when Christensen was brought back to Star Wars for the 9th film in the franchise, The Rise of Skywalker. He only made a voice cameo appearance, which is disappointing, especially because there is concept art that suggests his Force ghost could have been a possibility.
Ray. Bring back the balance, Ray, as I did.
Regardless, on December 10th, 2020, during the Disney Plus Investor Day, it would be announced that Hayden Christensen will reprise his role as Anakin Skywalker for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series coming soon to the Disney streaming service. I could not have been happier when this was announced, and I'm so excited for Christensen returning to Star Wars, especially alongside Ewan McGregor. I mean, these were the guys who I grew up watching, and I'm so glad that they will be sharing the screen again, even if it's only for 6 episodes. Like, come on Disney. If we're being honest, Obi-Wan should have his own movie. So why did Hayden Christensen become another actor forgotten by the general public? As it turns out, following the release of Revenge of the Sith, Christensen spoke to the Los Angeles Times about how he wanted to take a break from acting and be a part of smaller projects. He said, quote, "I didn't want to go through life feeling like I was riding a wave. I guess I felt like I had this great thing in Star Wars that provided all these opportunities and gave me a career, but it all kind of felt a little too handed to me." Completely understandable. I mean, you gotta think, being a part of something as big as Star Wars, you're gonna gain a lot of recognition, but at the same time, develop a lot of haters. I personally think Hayden Christensen gets a bad rap. I'll be honest in saying, I don't have a problem with his performance in the prequel films. He was simply working with what he was given, which, if we're being honest, wasn't the best screenwriting.
You really don't like politicians, do you?
I like 2 or 3, but I'm not really sure about one of them.
I feel like should he be given a better script, his performance would seem more believable and effective. I mean, it's hard to deliver cringy lines about how much you hate sand without it coming across as cheesy.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
I haven't had the chance to see the other movies I mentioned in which Christensen stars. However, I feel like he pulled a Robert Pattinson. Much like Pattinson, Christensen was a part of a franchise that was ridiculously popular and one that would kickstart his career. But because of the perils of fame and the cruel world of the internet, there comes a time when you step back from the spotlight and still continue to do what you love but in a smaller setting, like doing indie films. In this way, you can prove that you have what it takes to be a good actor and are not just, as Christensen said, riding the wave, and are an A-list actor just because you were shot to stardom in the matter of being a part of a film franchise like Star Wars. Indie films allow you to humble yourself and hone your craft as an actor and give you the opportunity to work your way back up to the top. In this, you will better understand what it means to give a convincing performance. Exhibit A, watch Robert Pattinson in Twilight.
You don't know the vile, repulsive things they're thinking.
And you do?
It's not hard to guess.
Then watch him in The Lighthouse.
You ain't my father, and I'm sick of you acting like you is.
Sick of you laughing,
Snoring. Farts.
The performances are night and day. Truly an incredible actor. I think the same applies to Christensen. So there you have it. I hope that answers your question of what happened to Hayden Christensen. Are you excited to see him return to Star Wars? And do you think he has what it takes to become once again a household name? Leave it in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please be sure to give it a like. Also be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. And be sure to go check out my other videos. I make commentary videos, reaction videos. I really appreciate the support, and I hope to see you on the next video. Alright guys, catch you later.